Okay, when your grandkid brings you something you made a long time ago, a little blanket, I think, for a doll, and says, "Can you turn this into a pillow? My dolls don't have any pillows." Yeah, I can do that. Because look, yeah. She hasn't asked me to do anything in a long time. Tomorrow is her birthday. Now I gotta remember how to do this. I'll start from, so I'm gonna take this little square I made for a blanket a long time ago, fold it in half, and I know I made her pillows. She probably lost them. I'm gonna fold it in half. I'm gonna go to this corner over here. I'm gonna stitch all the way around. I'm gonna leave this part open, stuff it, close it. And I'm using this fancy yarn so it'll have a little fringe on the end. But I just put it through that corner there. Pull this through. I haven't crocheted forever because YouTube's took over. I got a loop on there. And I'm going to take the end here, loop over there. I'll tie this on at the end. Then I'm going to pull it through. Then I'm going to go through the next one. Push it through there. Pull. I can't remember what they call this. They call it something. When you get to the corner, you gotta make sure your corner matches up here. Just go through the first one. And go through the back, the second one. I just pull this through, all the way through both pieces. This is hard to show because I'm using this fuzzy yarn and this thing's tiny. And then I pull it back through that loop. You only have one loop on it. You only have one loop on your hook. Some people call that a needle, but that's a hook to me. Don't look like a needle, looks like a hook. Then I'm going to be going down this side. If I just go through both layers, yeah, I'm not no professional. YouTube taught me. Learned it on YouTube. Crystal. And you get through both, you just pull that loop, that one you're pulling along there through that loop. It's going to have a little fuzzy trim on it, see? And I'll just keep going all the way around. Just go through both. Which I've tried to teach the girls this, but they don't have enough patience. You gotta sit and listen. So I told them to go to YouTube. I researched YouTube till I found somebody that made sense. Crystal. Which I can't think of her channel name. Go through the back, just pull this, see it's through the back. I'm just going to pull that through both pieces and my loop. Okay, I looked this up. It's called slip stitch. So all you're doing, I got it around the corner at the last end. All you're doing is going to this piece and you're hooking to this piece. You wrap your yarn around. This yarn's hard, I know, because I got this eyelash yarn. You're pulling it through that loop. You only got one loop on your hook. You're just going through this layer, pulling this through. You pull it through that loop on your hook. And to stuff it, I don't throw away nothing hardly. You know, I was born in 1961, so I don't believe in throwing away a lot of stuff. I save all my ends I'm not going to use. The little odds and ends, I'm going to stuff it with my odds and ends. Cram it in this hole. Just use the end of your hook, cram it in there. So it feels like a pillow for a doll, or a mouse, or a possum. Just stuffing it in there. These are all my odds and ends that I kept. Stuff your pillow. So there I am at the end. I just want to leave a long tail. You snip that off. You just take this tail and take your needle, a real needle, and go back in there and tie it up. And tie up this little one I left. That's your pillow. Oh, I forgot, at the very end, you just have one loop on your hook. Pull your tail through your hook. Pull the tail through the hoop on your hook, and it makes like a knot. It's not going to come undone. If you don't do that, you pull that and come all undone. So you go through there, you pull it through, then you pull the tail through your hoop, then you go like that, and it's tight. Take this, sew it up. Which, I don't feel like getting a needle and doing all that with this hairy yarn. So I'm just going backwards, going back and forth, running it back. Because this is this messy yarn, you can't tell. Just run it back, keep going until you run out. It's not going to come undone. Like that. Just keep going back and forth. Run your tail, that's your tail. Just run it back through. Run it back. See, that's run all the way back to here. It's not going to come undone unless, I don't know, a cat might be able to do it. You have to pull it in and out at least 20 times. But I don't feel like getting a needle. Now, if you had just regular yarn like this, it probably would show up. This don't show. This, they call it eyelash yarn. Eyelash yarn. And that's my other little end. I didn't leave very much. So I'm just running that through too. Run it back through and snip off the end. Okay. Let's snip it off. Like that. So, here's a little pillow. Little doll pillow. Stuffed with yarn. Ta-da. That's the person I learned from. And I also like Hooked by Robin too. There's quite a few. I just searched and searched. I found people that made sense to me, and it just clicks after a while. You just keep trying. And there's her doll she wants to use with the pillow.
I'm gonna use all of them with the pillow.
Oh. She'll probably make me make more if she finds more of those little blankets. You like it?
Yeah.
That'll be $29.99.
I ain't giving you no money.
Oh, just kidding. Alright, love y'all. Appreciate you if you watched this far.